Clothing is a topic that many people feel the need to approach critically. Keeping up with trends and being in style can be incredibly important in social contexts. Someone who is in style is seen as easier to accept and connect with, more approachable, and more desirable. Someone who doesn't keep up with it is out of touch, disconnected, and expected to be more problematic in many cases. Keeping up with the latest fashion trends is an easy way to assimilate into a society and relate to others. Though, looking at style trends of the last decades, one can see a clear acceleration. Things are coming into and falling out of style much more quickly now than ever, leading to the application of the term microtrends. Clothing has become easier to create and distribute on the producer's end, and individual items have become much cheaper for consumers. This is positive progress, right? Who would want to spend more for less? Although you might think this is true, the movement against acceleration has grown substantially over the past decade, both socially and environmentally. Many see the current state of consumption as intentionally wasteful. Products are designed to have as short of a lifespan as possible. Clothing is produced cheaply and poorly, ensuring new purchases shortly after. Sure, clothing is cheap, but is it really worth it if it ends up in a landfill less than a year after being purchased? This purchase is what people refer to as fast fashion. But can someone really stand up against something like fast fashion? It's not like you can just not wear clothes.
What do you think or know about fast fashion?
I don't know anything.
Our solution was to do what we could to get people educated and thinking about it as much as possible. We held an event at our university where we collected old clothing from the community and upcycled it into tote bags, which could be used from anything from groceries to gym equipment. We had participants fill out two surveys, one before and one after reading an informational pamphlet about fast fashion. Our data ended up being pretty skewed with some interesting results. The overall result among participants was that the price was the primary consideration when buying clothing, ranking above quality or brand ethics, and the majority of their clothing was not repurposed or reused after reaching its end of life. More inspiring was the second survey, in which many participants talked about how they are currently or are planning on involving themselves in sustainability. Many suggested community owned stores, which supported sustainable growth, methods of limiting their participation in fast fashion, and genuinely suggested that they feel capable in approaching and reasonable consumption.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Emily.
So my name is King Griswold. I'm a nursing major.
My name is Manulani Aluli Meyer.
Hi, my name's Isabella and I'm a freshman here at HPU.
Hey guys, I'm Emily Cloak and I'm a pre-nursing major here at HPU.
I'm Giovanna Casal and I'm an international business major here at HPU.
Hi, my name is Jenica Baroga.
Hi, my name is Princess Pasqua.
Hi, my name's Holly Itoga.
Do you know what fast fashion is?
Trendy clothes for a cheap cost.
So do you know what fast fashion is?
I do.
I took some science classes in high school, so like we did a couple studies about it, and like there was some like I know my basic understanding of it is that it's like in third world countries, a lot from India because like their fabric is like cheaper there, and then it's sold here at a higher price, and then the people who make it either work in like horrible working conditions, and then they get like under $1 worth of the money when the amount that they sell it for is like $100, like $60 for jeans, and they get like $1 back.
How do you feel about fast fashion?
I don't think that's a good idea. It's bad for environment.
How do you think that fast fashion prices compare to sustainable choices?
They're cheaper, but the sustainable ones last longer.
You know, we have all these clothing. Actually, in 2000, when the WTO so everything became so cheap to produce in the United States of America, and now we just produce so much clothes. But even when I was growing up, because I'm a lot older than you guys, it was so expensive to have clothes. Now you guys can literally buy clothes and throw it away because it's so cheap. Like you never have to wear the same outfit more than once. That's crazy.
You say that prices compare from fast fashion towards more sustainable clothing options.
Well, fast fashion, honestly, sometimes it ranges. Like, it can be very expensive and you cannot get your money's worth. And then sustainable is more diverse. Like, so you can make your own clothes, you can upcycle. You know, you have more options with sustainable clothing.
What is sustainability to you and why do you think it's important?
It's more of like use the resources you have here instead of like imports coming in.
Yeah, they're like saying things like not being so reliable on outside sources within your own community, so then you know you can like make things for yourself.
To me, sustainability is about like sustaining something to last for a long time. So of course we're trying to sustain Hawaii and our environment, our resources, but also our economy. So I think that there's a lot of facets of sustainability, but as long as we can now move to not just sustainability, but to regenerative, and I think obviously we hear that in tourism, but if we can apply that to fashion, exactly what you guys are doing, I think it's just so beneficial for everyone.
Sustainability is a synonym for the mo'o, I call it. And the mo'o means continuity. And so when you're thinking of continuity, you think of all facets of what that means. And what that means for me is to love land and serve people. And so what you're doing today is part of that, to lift my consciousness up to understand what fast fashion means to our environment. And because I don't buy clothes often at all, this is from a friend. She makes clothes, and my friends, we make our clothes almost. I don't buy clothes enough to understand the whole trends of even fashion. So that's why I don't understand it quite yet.
Do you support fast fashion or more sustainable style?
I support more sustainable style. I'm not really into the fast fashion industry.
And how do you feel about this social work project that's happening right now where we're upcycling?
I fully support it. I like it.
What do you do with your old clothes when you get rid of them?
Savers, girls, savers.
Savers.
It's all about going. It's all about giving to savers and enjoying savers, because that's the only place I shop.
All of my old clothes, I send it off to like my relatives in the Philippines. Some that I can't use anymore because it's too small. Yeah, I like right now. I did like a whole like taking out of all of my clothes, and now it's getting sent off to
The Philippines.
Yeah.
In my family, like a lot of my clothes are passed down, so whatever I don't use, I either give it to my siblings or I give it to the Philippines or Salvation Army.
Yeah.
And then whenever my dad and them would like throw out clothes, I grab whatever I like, and like my brother would always throw away jeans, I'd cut it up and then resew it, so then I have shorts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I usually resell my old clothes if it's like good value clothes, but if not, I like to give it to my nieces who are all getting like really big and they're like my size now, even though they're so much younger than me. And then as a last resort, if it's just like falling apart, especially I have like a young son, so with his clothes, sometimes I'm like, nobody's gonna want it, I'll just use it for rags. But, or we donate it to, the pile. But going back to your first question about fast fashion, so much of the clothes is just is like creating this like swamp, wasteland, like burden on our whole entire planet. So I really try to like utilize it as much as possible.
How often do you buy new clothes?
Okay, I actually thrift more now. I don't really go to high branded stores. I just think it's a waste of money, because when you can get like the same quality of product in like Savers maybe, for like a lower price.
I'm gonna be guilty of like buying new clothes. I haven't bought new clothes lately just because I'm gonna say like I broke. So, but also I don't see the need for it. I think moving here, I'm like, I don't have enough space for clothes, so I'm not gonna buy new clothes either.
Yeah.
And I haven't bought new clothes in like probably a year and a half.
All right, do you guys know what Shein is?
Yes.
Shein is a really big company known for fast fashion. So what we're doing today is a little bit more of a sustainable option of clothing. Old t-shirts that you guys are trying to get rid of, we're gonna upcycle into tote bags for you. After learning a little bit about fast fashion, how will it impact your shopping with more fast fashion companies?
I'll be more aware of fast fashion and making decisions that aren't right for the environment through my fashion choices.
Perfect, so what you're wearing right now is upcycled and made?
Yeah.
Perfect, can we get a twirl?
This is made for my friend Julie.
Beautiful, beautiful.
This is shibori. This is she makes it, and it's a type of Japanese dyeing.
Well, you look amazing today. Thank you for donating some shirts.
Are you kidding? Thank you for being here.
Coming away from this project, it is clear that reducing damage done by fast fashion is going to be more complicated than we thought. We need to hold producers responsible and create a more sustainable way to utilize products already in the market. It is going to take individuals, communities, policymakers, and companies to come together to support the one common goal of keeping our planet sustainable and end the fast fashion industry.